Hello and welcome to Right Sports Talk. My name is Zach. And we have officially made it to Super Bowl week. There's one game left of this NFL season. Before I get into my kind of breakdown and prediction for the game, I just want to give a quick thank you to everybody that has watched my content this year. Quick thank you to everybody. Now, let's get into breaking down this game and give my predictions. So, Super Bowl 60 kicks off this Sunday, February 8th, as the Seattle Seahawks, who were the number one seed in the NFC, coming off of a very close victory over the LA Rams in the NFC conference title game a couple weeks ago, take on the New England Patriots, who were the number two seed in the AFC, coming off of a very close, very low scoring victory against the Denver Broncos in the AFC title game a couple weeks ago. This is a game of two very, very tough teams. This is a game that I think will be very, very close. For the Seahawks, they have faced two very good offenses in the NFC playoffs, and they were able to completely shut down the 49ers, holding them to 6 points in the divisional round, and a little bit tougher against the Rams, as it was a high-scoring 31-27 victory, but found a way to get the win. For the Patriots, it has been very much the opposite. They've been taking on some pretty lackluster or beaten up offenses against the Chargers, who are a very beat up offensive line, and beat up Justin Herbert, against the Texans, who got turned the ball over, and against the Broncos, who didn't have their starting quarterback in Bo Nix. But every team they faced for those three games was a top five defense. Now, this week, they don't get a top five defense in Seattle. Seattle was the sixth ranked defense, so still a top 6, top 10 defense, still a very tough defense, but a team whose offense is clicking a little better than the other three offenses they faced in the playoffs. For these teams, I think there's a couple key matchups for this game. I think one of the main ones for this game is to see how Jackson Smith-Njigba does matched up against Christian Gonzalez for the Patriots. I think if there was ever a game to move Christian Gonzalez around and have him be allowed to actually lock down a receiver, it is this game against JSN. I think JSN is the number one threat offensively in this game for either team. And if the Seahawks want a chance to win, they got to get him going. If the Patriots want a chance to win, they have to try and shut him down. I think particularly with Christian Gonzalez. Another key matchup in this game will be the running games for the Seahawks. Obviously, they have Kenneth Walker, who has proven he can be a workhorse in these playoffs. And for the Patriots, they have had a very good run stuffing defensive line, specifically with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore and Tonga. They're big three defensive linemen in the interior. So they need to prove that they can shut down this run game, or Kenneth Walker needs to prove that he can get past this big defensive line that has been great at slowing down run games this entire postseason for the Patriots. And I think other keys are for the Patriots. They need to make Sam Darnold try to beat him, beat them with his arms. They need to be able to pressure him up the middle, which I think they can with their interior defensive lineman that I talked about, and then be able to, get to him from the edge, specifically with Clavon Chaisson, who has had a terrific postseason. He leads the Patriots in sacks. Hopefully they'll be able to have Harold Landry back for this game, as he was their sack leader in the regular season, but he has been dealing with an injury. He actually missed the AFC Championship game, but in his absence, Anthony Jennings has played well. So if he can't go again, Anthony Jennings needs to once again step up, and hopefully he can. They also have a very good group of linebackers in Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis that can, hopefully slow down the run game there, and be, very good at defending the pass and just, making key tackles in this game, which is something that Christian Ellis has been doing all postseason. He's been making key tackles, making big plays, being a very big impact for this Patriots defense. And this Patriots defense, if they want any chance to win, need to get after Sam Darnold. They need to pressure him. They need to have him be the Sam Darnold he was when he was going against the Patriots defenses when he was on the Jets. They need to make Sam Darnold see ghosts. That is their key to winning the game, at least on the defensive side for New England. And on offense for the Seahawks, it's getting JSN going. It's getting Kenneth Walker going. It's keeping Sam Darnold comfortable, letting him get the ball out to his playmakers, letting him get it to not just JSN and Kenneth Walker, but get Cooper Kupp involved. He's still very talented. Maybe get the ball out to Jake Bobo. Get a couple passes to AJ Barner's very talented tight end. So they have the ability to kind of spread the ball around, and I think it's what they really need to do, and not have Sam Darnold try to hang on to it too long, and just be susceptible to a bunch of pressure from the Patriots. Now, to flip it, the Seahawks defensively, their key to their game: get after Drake May, make Drake May uncomfortable. Leonard Williams and Marcus Lawrence are going to be a big key in this game for the Seahawks pass rush. Drake May is somebody that has been sacked 15 times in their 3 postseason games, and sacked 5 times each game. Leonard Williams, Marcus Lawrence, other pass rushers on the Seahawks team need to be able to get after Drake May. If you can get after him, he can be sacked. He's had some fumbles that he's lost when he's pressured. He makes some bad throws. Drake May also dealing with a little bit of a injury. Not really sure the severity of it in his throwing shoulder. Hopefully he is perfectly good to go in this game and he has no issues throwing the ball. But he's coming off of a game in Denver where he only threw 80-something passing yards and was able to do most of the damage with his legs. Also for Seattle, they need to try and slow down this Patriots run game, which they've been very good at stopping run games this postseason, holding Christian McCaffrey and Kyren Williams to very low rushing games. For the Patriots, they need to be protect Drake May. I think one of the key things they need to do offensively is as much as the Seahawks have been able to stop runs this postseason, I think the Patriots need to just get the ball to Ramondre Stevenson. Just keep handing him the ball, keep trying to establish the run game, hoping that something works. As Ramondre has had very good postseason. Maybe throw to him a little bit out of the backfield. He's a very capable receiving back, as well as being able to grind out some extra needed yards in the run game. And Ramondre Stevenson is definitely somebody that if they can give him the ball 20 times, he's going to be able to make something. He's going to be able to make a big play somewhere. On top of that, Drake May, him as a runner is a difference maker for this team as well. He did it against Denver, he did it against Houston and LA, the Chargers, where if he was in danger or he saw an opening, he was able to take off and make plays and get first downs with his legs. He had a rushing touchdown against Denver. At the end of the game, he took the ball himself and was able to run for a first down to seal a victory there. So if they can use that athleticism, that will very much help them. But it's not going to be super easy against the Seahawks defense with Ernest Jones is a very good linebacker. They've got in the secondary Nick Umunyari, a very talented, very athletic rookie safety. They've got Reek Woolen, who's a very good corner, and Witherspoon, 2 very good corners to kind of slow down this Patriots passing game with Stephon Diggs and Kayshon Boutte. They're 2 biggest playmakers. Now, one thing I want to talk about real quick is two kind of key players for each team that I think could swing the momentum for their team. And each Super Bowl you'll kind of have somebody that really comes up and can make a play, and that is the difference maker. Well, I'm going to talk about a couple of those guys here. First off, for Seattle, it is Rashid Shaheed, their wide receiver / return specialist, and he is somebody that, if given the chance, he can absolutely swing the game in the favor of Seattle, whether that's in the return game, if the Patriots are, risky enough to think they can kick the ball to him and have him not have a big return. I think if the Patriots kick him the ball, he's going to be able to have a big return and swing the game for Seattle. Or if it's using him and getting a deep pass play on offense, or getting him some sort of jet sweep, or just getting the ball some way on offense where he's in open space and can make a play, then that will absolutely be able to swing the momentum for Seattle. And for the Patriots, one player it could be is Marcus Jones, their corner, who is also their very talented punt returner, who could swing the momentum in the game for the Patriots if he were to be able to bust a big punt return, which he's done a few times this season. He had some punt return touchdowns in the regular season. But I think the key difference maker for New England is going to be Mack Hollins. Mack Hollins, their wide receiver, is somebody that can somehow always manage to come up with a crucial catch, come up with a clutch catch, make a clutch play when their offense most needs a spark and needs something to go in their favor. They can always look to Mack Hollins. They've been able to look to Mack Hollins all season. They did it in the AFC Championship game on the flea flicker, big pass play to Mack Hollins that really swung the momentum for New England. So, I think those are the key guys that could very much swing the momentum for their teams. Now, as for my pick, again, I think this will be a very close game. I think it will be a lot closer than people want to say. That people think that New England hasn't beaten anybody all year. They have a super easy schedule. They have a super easy path in the playoffs. And there's Seattle, who has just been dominating teams and playing really their best football at the right time. My pick for this game is going to be the New England Patriots. I think, yes, both of these teams are very talented. Both of these teams are, very similar in how they performed in the regular season in terms of points, in terms of yardage, in terms of how their defenses performed. But I just trust this New England team. It is, definitely a homer pick because I'm a Patriots fan. But I will give Seattle all the flowers. I will give them all their flowers. They are a tremendous football team, but I believe in these New England Patriots. Given 2 weeks to prepare for a team, just how good their defense is, the fact that their defense can get takeaways, and both of these teams can get some takeaways. The Patriots have proven that they're able to take the ball away. Proven that they can ice games when needed, proven that they can get after quarterbacks, proven that even when their quarterback is rattled, he can still make plays. And I don't know if you'll get that from Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold was rattled, he makes mistakes. I don't know what kind of Sam Darnold or which Sam Darnold we're going to see, but if I for sure know that if Drake May is rattled, because he's been all playoffs, if Drake May makes mistakes, he has all playoffs, that he is able to bounce back. He's able to make plays when they matter. He's able to come up in the clutch and help his team win the game. I'm going to go with the New England Patriots to be your Super Bowl 60 champions. Let me know in the comments who you guys think is going to win this game. Let me know why I'm an idiot and a Patriots homer and a fanboy for picking the Patriots, because I will honestly pick the Patriots no matter who they're playing, no matter what their record is. I don't care. But I do at least want to try and, make an argument for why either team could win. But let me know in the comments who you think. Let me know, what moments you like the most from this season. Just something you're, looking forward to. Maybe your team didn't make the playoffs, and maybe you're looking forward to next season. Just let me know in the comments. Just want to talk about football stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.